This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Team Philippines shines early in the 2025 international sports scene. Paolo Borromeo skates into ISU four-continent spotlight. Quentin Millora-Brown from UAAP glory to big offers. What's next? And in the NBA, the Rockets blast the Nuggets, snapping Denver's back-to-back streak. While the short-handed Hawks embarrass the Bulls for their third straight loss. And we will get to know more about our gymnastics Olympian, Aaliyah Finnegan. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 16th of January. Now here's our roundup. It's only the start of 2025 and Filipino athletes are already making their mark on the global stage, building on the momentum of an incredible 2024 highlighted by Carlos Yulo's 2 Olympic gold medals. Team Philippines is proving once again that they're a force to be reckoned with. Here's a roundup of more early achievers for 2025. Table tennis power duo siblings Kevin Keith Cruz and Keith Ryan Cruz brought home medals from the WTT Youth Contender in San Francisco, USA. Kevin Keith Cruz clinched silver in the under-15 boys singles, while Keith Ryan Cruz brought home double bronze in the under-19 girls singles and under-19 mixed doubles. These rising stars are smashing expectations and showing the world what Pinoy table tennis is all about. In cycling, Simon Cervellon sped his way to victory, claiming the championship title at the 2025 Singapore Open Enduro in Bukit Timah, Singapore, a thrilling win for Filipino cycling. With these triumphs already in the bag, 2025 is shaping up to be another banner year for Philippine sports. Stay tuned because there's plenty more where this came from. Now, guess who's gliding into the big leagues? Filipino figure skater Paolo Borromeo just punched his ticket to the ISU Four Continents Championships thanks to an impressive performance at the 2025 Sofia Trophy in Bulgaria. The 26-year-old dazzled on the ice, finishing 5th in the men's category with a total score of 178.14. Breaking it down, Borromeo earned 50.13 in the short program, 128.01 in free skate, and 90.59 in technical elements, securing his spot for next month's showdown in Seoul, South Korea. While Slovakian Adam Hagara took gold, China's Ziming Peng claimed silver, and Bulgaria's Alex Zlatkov snagged bronze, Borromeo proved he's got what it takes to skate with the best. In a celebratory post, the Philippine Skating Union couldn't hold back its excitement, proudly declaring Borromeo's breakthrough performance. Before hitting the ice in Seoul, Borromeo will join Team Philippines at the 2025 Asian Winter Games from February 7 to 14 in Harbin, China. He joins a stellar lineup of Filipino athletes who are all raring to heat up the competition. From Bulgaria to Korea and soon to Harbin, Paolo Borromeo is really taking Philippine figure skating to dazzling new heights. Quentin Millora-Brown, the towering 6'10" center who helped carry the UP Fighting Maroons to a UAAP Season 87 title just last December, is now the hottest commodity in Philippine basketball. And no, he hasn't needed a chiropractor after that championship run, though he might need a lawyer soon to sort through all the offers coming his way. Sources reveal that the Abra Weavers of the MPBL are pulling out all the stops, dangling a jaw-dropping 800,000 monthly paycheck to bring QMB into their fold for the upcoming season. But wait, there's competition. The Quezon Huskers have reportedly thrown in a 600,000 per month deal, sweetened by a hefty 1 million peso signing bonus. In a league where seven-footers like Greg Slaughter reportedly earned 7 figures monthly with the Metro Stars last season, the demand for an agile big man like QMB is sky high. Still, Millora-Brown is keeping his options open. Aside from these MPBL offers, there's chatter about opportunities in the PBA and even a potential stint in Spain where big men are regularly groomed for international stardom. And let's not forget Gilas Pilipinas. Could the national team come calling soon? If so, QMB might just prioritize donning the country's colors over club commitments. Let's see how this unfolds. Now, in the NBA, the Denver Nuggets suffered a tough 128-108 loss to the Houston Rockets at home, ending their perfect record in back-to-back games this season. Coming off a dominant 19-point win over the Mavericks, the Nuggets seemed poised to keep their momentum, but Houston had other plans. Head coach Michael Malone admitted his disappointment, but gave credit where it is due. The loss drops Denver to 24-16, leaving them 3.5 games behind the second-place Rockets and trailing the Memphis Grizzlies by 1.5 games for third in the West. Denver was missing key players. Reigning MVP Nikola Jokic sat out with a right elbow inflammation, while Aaron Gordon was sidelined for calf management after logging heavy minutes in Dallas. The absence of these stars proved costly against a surging Rockets team. Jamal Murray followed up his 45-point masterpiece in Dallas with 22 points on a sharp 8 of 14 shooting, including 4 triples. Christian Braun also stepped up, delivering a career-high 21 points on a near-perfect 10 of 11 from the field. His highlight reel dunk ignited the crowd, offering a glimpse of his growing potential. Denver will look to regroup before their next matchup, hoping to regain their rhythm and health. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls hit a new low Wednesday, falling 110-94 at home to an Atlanta Hawks team, missing its top 3 scorers and 2 reserves. This marked the Bulls' third straight loss, following defeats to the Kings and Pelicans, and exposed serious issues with focus and execution. Guard Keaton Wallace, on a 2-way contract, led Atlanta with 27 points, while the Bulls struggled early. Chicago committed 7 first-quarter turnovers and shot a miserable 1 for 10 from 3 in the second quarter, trailing by 12 at halftime. Despite improved ball security in the second half, Chicago couldn't generate offense, shooting just 2 for 8 from deep. With playoff hopes slipping, the Bulls faced the Hornets on Friday, looking to stop the skid. And here are the other results from around the NBA. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. Chess isn't just about kings and queens. It's about outsmarting your opponent with clever moves, like the brilliant Zwischenzug, the ultimate game changer on the board. Did you know the term Zwischenzug is a German word that means intermediate move in chess? It refers to a surprising move made before executing an expected response, disrupting an opponent's plan and gaining an advantage. This tactical trick often leaves even seasoned players momentarily baffled, as it can completely change the dynamics of the game. One of the most famous uses of Zwischenzug was in the 1956 Game of the Century played by Bobby Fischer. So the next time you're strategizing your next checkmate, remember, one Zwischenzug could be all it takes to turn the tide and claim victory. It's time now for our off-court buzzer. Big moves are happening in the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference. The Cherry Tigo Crossovers have officially welcomed 3-time Best Middle Blocker Riza Sato to their squad. The 30-year-old powerhouse, fresh off her stint with the Creamline Cool Smashers, is set to bring her signature energy and skills to the crossovers. The team welcomed Sato in a social media post declaring with enthusiasm how they cannot wait to have her play on their side of the court. Sato's journey to Cherry Tigo comes after her November departure from Creamline, where she played a pivotal role in their historic Grand Slam title. Since debuting in the PVL in 2016 with Ballypure, Sato has built a reputation as one of the league's most reliable middle blockers. Standing at 5'9", the Phil-Japanese standout is expected to make her crossovers debut on Tuesday, January 21, against the Petrogas Angels. She'll team up with other heavy hitters like Ara Galang, Abby Maranyo, Shaya Adorador, and Jasmine Nabor. With a current 4-2 record, the crossovers are in a strong position, and Sato's arrival could be just the spark they need to elevate their game. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 16th of January. When we return, we sat down with our very own Olympic gymnast, Aaliyah Finnegan. Know more about their Yes Girl program aimed at empowering and inspiring a new generation of female gymnasts. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. More than tumbling into Philippine gymnastics history, Olympian Aaliyah Finnegan shares her love for the sport to inspire a new generation of champion gymnasts. Check this out. Aaliyah Finnegan, the first Filipina gymnast to compete in the Olympics in 60 years. When you hear that, what goes through your mind?
Oh my goodness. I think the first thing that comes to my mind hearing that is, the door's open for female gymnastics. And, as soon as you get that little crack in the door, there's no stopping what the Philippines can do in women's gymnastics.
We're very proud of you
Thank you.
The way you represented in Paris. Could you tell me about your journey when it comes to the sport of gymnastics? How did it start? And also your Filipino background.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start with my Filipino background. My mom was born and raised in Caloocan City, and so she was raised there until about 19, where she moved to the States for university. And so, she has many brothers, and her mom still lives in the Philippines, and so it's nice for us to be here and get to spend some quality time with some family. And so, my dad is from the States, so I am Phil-Am, and so I got my foot started in gymnastics when I was 2 years old.
Wow, 2 years old.
Yes,
Okay.
so a very long time, and I think, ever since I was a kid, I was like, I want to go to the Olympics, and of course it's every kid's dream, like every kid says that when they're younger, and thankfully I had crazy enough parents that they believed me, and they, constantly pushed me to follow my dreams, and even, 5-6 years old, and they're hearing what I'm saying when I say that I want to go to the Olympics. It's really, I'm very blessed and very thankful that I had such supportive family that, pushed me to accomplish something like that. And so I went up through the level system, and I ultimately tried to go to the Olympics in 2021. Ultimately gave it my best shot, but unfortunately it didn't work out. I struggled with some injuries, and I just struggled with, lack of confidence. And, I thought, okay, well, maybe I'm just not supposed to go to the Olympics. And so, the following year after that is when I first competed for the Philippines at the Southeast Asian Games.
Yes.
And it was a very successful run for the Philippines, and that really opened the door to many more competitions to come. And I think when I started back in 2022, I had no idea that Olympics were even a part of the question. But, I'm thankful for GAP and their support, that they constantly, push me to do these competitions, because, here I am sitting talking to you, just finishing competing at the Olympics. And so I'm very blessed and very thankful for the opportunity that has been given to me.
Tell us about the impact that you think you guys have made representing the Philippines in the Olympics, and for young women, young girls who want to be like you one day.
Absolutely. I think about last year, Emma and I came up with this idea to, host a clinic in the Philippines. And so, talking to GAP and talking to, Cynthia and Naomi and Bea, for all the people who have helped us set up this clinic. It's for the young girls to, whether they've done gymnastics for a month or they've done it for 6 years, to just start. Just get your foot in, see if you like it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but maybe you like it and you fall in love with it, and then boom, we've just created more Olympians to come.
So Yes Girl is your brainchild, you and Emma's.
Yes, we came up with the name Yes Girl to, say yes to it. It's saying yes to gymnastics, saying yes to, being strong and being beautiful and being, ladylike, but also being powerful. And I think that those two can coexist together, and that's the beauty of gymnastics. It does that.
The future for Aaliyah Finnegan, what do you see yourself doing in the next 4 years? Will you be back in the Olympics in LA?
The million-dollar question, it seems to be. At this point, I'm really just taking it one day at a time. Thank you so much. Hopefully, we're not really sure what lies after that. Maybe it's taking that Olympic route again.
Well, Aaliyah, thank you so much for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And all the best moving forward.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. When the scorecard returns, we will look into the upcoming NBA matchups so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. We'll break down the upcoming matchups to deliver key insights that might just give you the edge you need to stay ahead of the game. Tomorrow, January 17 at 8:30 a.m. Philippine time, live at Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Cleveland Cavaliers will face off against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Cleveland Cavaliers come into this game with an impressive record of 34-5, currently leading the Eastern Conference. They're coming off a dominant 127-117 victory over the Indiana Pacers, where Donovan Mitchell led the way with 35 points. Darius Garland added 24, and Evan Mobley contributed a double-double with 22 points and 13 rebounds. The Cavaliers have been an offensive juggernaut this season, averaging 122.3 points per game while holding opponents to 111.4 points. Donovan Mitchell expected to deliver another 35-point performance, leading the team with his scoring and leadership. Meanwhile, the Oklahoma City Thunder entered this matchup as the leaders of the Western Conference with a 33-6 record, riding a 6-game home winning streak. They're fresh off a 118-112 win against the Philadelphia 76ers, where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander dropped 32 points and Jalen Williams added 24. Oklahoma City's defense has been stellar, holding teams to an average of 103.4 points, while their offense is firing on all cylinders, averaging 116.2 points per game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander projected to put up 32 points with key contributions on both ends of the floor. The Thunder come in as slight favorites with a minus 2.5 point spread. But with both teams in peak form and leading their respective conferences, this matchup promises to be a battle of titans. The over-under for this game is set at 227.5, indicating a high-scoring contest between two explosive offensive teams. Can the Thunder protect their home court and extend their winning streak to 7? Or will the Cavaliers continue their dominance and prove that they're the team to beat? We shall see. This Friday, January 17 at 11 a.m. Philippine time, the LA Clippers head to Portland to face off against the Trailblazers at the Moda Center in Oregon. The LA Clippers, with a record of 12-10, look to build on their momentum after a 109-98 win over the Miami Heat. James Harden is finding his groove, scoring 26 points and adding 11 assists in his last game, while Norman Powell led the team with 29 points. However, Kawhi Leonard and PJ Tucker remain out, along with Terrence Mann. On the other hand, the Portland Trailblazers at 9-13 will look to their young core to rebound from a 132-114 loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Scoot Henderson is coming off a career-high 39-point performance, including 8 three-pointers. But the team is missing key pieces like Jeremy Grant, Robert Williams III, and Matisse Thybulle. The Clippers entered this game as minus 3.5 favorites. Their recent form, combined with the Trailblazers' injuries, makes them a strong contender on the road. The Blazers, however, come in as plus 3.5 underdogs. But with Scoot Henderson's breakout game and a home crowd at their backs, they're not to be counted out. The total points line is set at under 223.5, expecting a competitive game that may come down to which team executes better in the closing minutes. James Harden is predicted to have 25 points. His recent form shows he can lead the Clippers in tough matchups, especially in transition offense, while Scoot Henderson is predicted to have 30 points. He'll need to carry a heavy load given Portland's injury woes. Will James Harden and the Clippers prove too much to handle, or can Scoot Henderson and the Trailblazers pull off a home upset? We'll see. Now here are the rest of the odds for tomorrow. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this from Jamaican sprinter and 8-time Olympic gold medalist, the only athlete to win 100 meters and 200 meters titles in 3 straight Olympics from 2008 to 2016. He is regarded as one of the greatest athletes ever. Usain Bolt once said, "Don't think about the start of the race. Think about the ending." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport, right here on the Billionaire News Channel. My name is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.